Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and we have gone through our first playoff game of the wild card as the San Francisco 49ers have beaten the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, before I talk about this game, what a great season it was for the Seahawks. You know, they had some struggles in their second half of the season, but they found a way to win their last couple games of the regular season and get into the playoffs. And I think that they should have a really good next year. They have the 5th overall pick. I think I saw something where, it's been like 20 something years since a playoff team has had a top 5 overall pick in the draft that year, because of the trade they made with the Broncos for the Russell Wilson trade. So they have the 5th overall pick. They also have their own first round pick this year, which is in like the teens number. So they have some good first round picks this year. So they should be back next year. I don't know if it's enough to get in the playoffs, but I think they also have to figure out who's going to be playing QB for them next year. Does Gino resign? Do they draft possibly CJ Stroud at 5? I don't know. The Seahawks have a lot of things to figure out. But they played good in this first half. They really did. They had a really good second quarter to give them the confidence to have a lead at halftime. With multiple great catches by DK Metcalf, would have the Seahawks going into halftime up 17-16, but ultimately would just get squashed in the second half, getting outscored in the second half 25-6. So yeah, final score 41-23. Let's go over all those scores. So the 49ers score the first two, get up 10-0 with a Robbie Gould 34-yard field goal and a Christian McCaffrey 3-yard touchdown pass from Brock Purdy. But then the Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, 7-yard touchdown run to make it 10-7. But then Robbie Gould and the 49ers come right back with a 33-yard field goal. And here's when DK starts to get hot with a 50-yard touchdown pass from Geno Smith, 14-13. It sucks when you have a guy on your fantasy team that pops off, but it's not even fantasy football season's over. But what a catch by DK Metcalf to get their Seahawks the first lead. Here's where the interesting thing comes in. So with 13 seconds left on a 55-second drive. So in that case, that means a 55-second drive. They win 8 plays and 49 yards for 55 yards. Robbie Gould makes a 46-yard field goal with 13 seconds left. Now you're probably thinking we're going to go into halftime 16-14. Seahawks aren't done yet though. In 2 plays and a big catch by DK Metcalf, the Seahawks get in field goal range and knock in a 56-yard field goal attempt to make it 17-16. But then after that kick, things just went quiet for this Seahawks team, with a Brock Purdy 1-yard touchdown run to make it 23-17. Then a Brock Purdy touchdown pass to Elijah Mitchell from 7 yards. And then a 2-point conversion to George Kittle for the 2-point conversion. Now it's 31-17. Then a Deebo Samuel 74-yard touchdown pass from Brock Purdy. Now it's 17-38. And then a Robbie Gould 31-yard field goal. Then it's 17-41. And then, our last score was a DK Metcalf 3-yard touchdown pass from Geno Smith. The 2-point conversion was failed. So final score 23-41. Going into our stats, you got Geno Smith with 25 for 35 with 253 passing yards and 2 touchdown passes with 1 interception. Brock Purdy was 18 for 30 with 332 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Rushing leaders, Kenneth Walker was the leader. Kenneth Walker was the leader for the Seahawks with 15 carries and 63 yards and 1 touchdown. And Christian McCaffrey had 15 carries and 119 yards. DK Metcalf was the leading wide receiver for the Seahawks with 10 receptions, 136 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Deebo, 6 receptions, 133 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's really it. Let's go over just the full box score. See what other stats you got. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, Lockett struggled, 6 receptions, 39 yards. Ayuk had 3 receptions, 73 yards. And yeah, I think Charles Omenihu did something. Was that a pick? No, that was Lenore. Charles Omenihu, where is he? Omenihu. Oh, he had 2 sacks and tackled for a loss. That was what Omenihu did. I was always seeing his face after a big play, so I was wondering what that was. But the pick was by DeMondre Lenore, and that was really it. So, like I said, Seahawks had a great season, but 49ers are a way better team. So that's really it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts. And the 49ers move on to the next round. They will either play the Minnesota Vikings or the Cowboys or the Bucks. Just depends. If the Vikings win, I think for sure if the Vikings win, they automatically play the Seahawks, and then the winner of the Bucks and the Cowboys would play the Eagles. Or if the Giants were to beat the Vikings, the Giants would play the Eagles, and the winner of the Bucks and the Cowboys would play the 49ers. So that's how the 49ers matchup for the divisional round will be played out. So it's either 3 teams, either the Cowboys, the Bucks, or the Vikings. So I think out of those 3 teams, whoever they play, they have a hard matchup next week. Harder than the Seahawks. If the Seahawks can give the 49ers some trouble through the first half, I think either one of those teams could be a close game. But the 49ers are so good, talent through every category, with the best running back in the NFL, arguably one of the best tight ends in the NFL, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, maybe in the top 10 of best wide receivers in the NFL. Got some really decent wide receiver. Got another decent wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk. The best defense in the NFL. A pretty average offensive line with the best left tackle in the NFL with Trent Williams. So the 49ers, the only problem is the quarterback, which Brock Purdy played excellent. But honestly, I don't know if Brock Purdy would be playing different if it wasn't the 49ers. Would Brock Purdy be playing this well if he did not have, the system that he has around him with the excellent coaching Kyle Shanahan, his weapons with McCaffrey, Kittle, Samuel, Ayuk. But I think that, Brock Purdy is developing as he plays with these really talented players. But that's really it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts on the game as the Seahawks lose to the 49ers 23-41. So yeah, tough loss for the Seahawks, but it was a great season. I mean, they were projected to go 2-15. They were projected to get 2 to 4 wins this season. So to just be in the playoffs is just that's amazing, just to be in the playoffs for them. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts, and peace out. Everybody have a good night.